gosh, back at it again.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about my job. I work as an ophthalmic technician at an eye doctor that is pretty much an eye technician. I get you prepared before you go and see the ophthalmologist. Depending on what my patient came for determines the flow of how things are going to go when I'm with my patient. I can have an extended workup where I have to do a lot of tests like OCTs, B-scans, visual field, all of that. That can be an extended workup. Or I can have a basic workup, and that will be me having a new patient who just coming there for refraction. I am pretty much going to be referring to a patient who is new. Nothing is wrong with them as far as them having diabetes, high blood pressure. Nothing is wrong with them. They're just a new patient coming in for refraction. I'm going to start the video hopping right into things. It's going to start off with me just going to the waiting area, grabbing my patient, and what I do from there. Get a chart, and then you go to the waiting area, you grab your patient. I always like to call my patient by their last name. I never do first name out of respect to HIPAA. You want to respect the patient's privacy. All right, y'all. So I come from the back and I grab a chart. Normally, there's someone sitting at the front to check the patients in. Once they check them in, they bring the chart and they put it over here. You keep your charts face down so they won't see the other patient information. So I grab my chart. I come to the lobby area where the patients are waiting, and I call for my patient, Miss Lanier. Notice I did not call her by her first name. I did not combine the names together. I call her by her last name to make sure I'm following HIPAA laws and not giving out the patient information. Miss Lanier, I am Mahogany, and I'll be your technician for today. You can follow me to room 4. Okay, so once I bring my patient back, I let her know she can have a seat in the brown chair, and I turn on my lights. Yellow and green light that's on, that indicates a technician is in the room is occupied, and I have my patient with me. If it's red and orange, that means that a doctor is inside seeing the patient. I am just going to do a simple run through of what it is for doing a auto refraction on a new patient. I sit right at the desk. I come inside and I load their chart. I'm filling in information like their chief complaint. Chief complaint, CC, is stating why they came. Like, why are they here at the office today? As the patient was waiting in the waiting room, they had already filled out their information. This is how the chart will look, and this is what the patient will fill out before they come to the back. Discussing things like a review of their system, cardiovascular, and different things like that. They've already stated things that's wrong with them. If they have different illness like diabetes or arthritis, they state that on the chart. And they also indicate whether they are taking any kind of medication, whether it's ocular or it's a medication for their system. It can be something for depression or anything like that. I put all the information that I found on the chart in the system so we can go ahead and get started. Once I get everything in the chart, I go ahead and I do a visual acuity. This is the machine I'll be using. So standby turns it on, then I also turn that on. And what it does is turn on the lights. This is what my patients will be looking at. I can see what she sees from back here. Every office is set up different though. So right now I'm about to check her for her distance. I wipe this down with an alcohol pad. I hand it to my patient and I tell them to cover up. Miss Lanier, I want you to cover that up like this. Okay. Angle just like that. Put it as close as you can. So here, I'll turn it on, the projector. So I turn this on. So when I go up on this, it gives me a full chart. When I go down on it, it gives me one line. So this is up, full chart, down, one line. Okay. The turning knob, when I turn it away from me, it goes up like it increased. You turn it away from you. So that's 2050 because the 5 is on the end. That's 2060 because the 6 is on the end. I'm turning it away from me to increase it. I turn it towards me, so it's going this way. That decrease. That's 2040 because of the 4. That's 2030 because the 3 is on the end. 2025 because the 25. And 2020. Okay? I'll start here. And I'm going to ask my patient to read what she see. Can you read me what you see? FCBD4. So she got that correct. Take it down some more.
OFLC3.
Okay, can you read this one?
APS025.
What about this one?
EYOTZ2.
She has 20/20 vision with her glasses on her right eye. So that is with her glasses on. And I will do the same thing for the left eye. The same thing I did for the right, that's what I'll do for the left eye. Once I'm done with that, I plug that information in the system. I move on to checking for the near. So this is how I check for near. I put it 14 inches away from the patient, and I tell them to read me the smallest line of numbers they can read. Jager can go from J1 to J16. This is what I'm using. So they'll be reading the numbers off of this side. I asked them to read me the smallest line of number. So let's say they read this line here. They read me all those numbers, just the numbers, not this, or anything over here, just these numbers. So let's say they read, that patient read everything correctly off this line, right? Then I will count that as J1, Jager 1. Let's say they missed something off of this. Let's say they missed something off that. Then I'll go up a level. And if they miss a lot off this line, then I go up a level. And then they get everything correct on this line. So then I count it as J3. J3. All right. I've done my visual acuity part on the patient. I go into my chart. I plug that information in. All the information that I'm getting, I'm documenting it in her chart for the system. So that is like scribing. That is like medical coding, medical billing. That is everything that's dealing with my patient. I'm documenting it in the chart. The flow of things varies depending on what kind of workup you have. And since I'm just giving you the example for a new patient that's getting a refraction, that's what I'm going to go over. So once I've checked them for their visual accuracy, then I move on to refract them using the auto refractor. And I also check their pressure. So you check the pressure with the tonometer. The tonometer, it sticks out like that. It got an area for air to come out. And the auto refractor at our office is just flat. See that? Now, when I bring my patient in the room, I always wipe everything down. I wipe the chin rest, and I wipe the head part, and I wipe all around it. Okay? And I do the same thing for this. You can use this knob here to lower the chin rest, or you can turn it towards you to make it raise, depending on how you need to adjust it so that you can get a good target of the patient eye. So I'm about to do a auto refraction, y'all. It's gonna be really quick. All right, I'm showing you how it looks. This is the auto refraction machine, and you can turn it on from the side. It's already on. You use this to guide. You can push it over and to the side, back and forth, and push this button as a target. So I got her head inside already. You find her eye, turn it to my left to go down and to my right to go up. I'm going inside, so I'm going in. The arrows will tell you to go in or out. So that was set on auto. All right, so that's finished, and then I print. So we ran out of paper, so I had to go and get some more. So this is how it looks, and this is what I did to open it up. Make sure you take the black top out that was from the other paper. All the information that was up there, since it took me a while to put the printer in, it didn't show up, but you would just print, and all the information that was on the screen would come out just like that. About to show you all how to do check the pressure of the eyes. I'll be using a tonometer machine, and you can turn it on from the side here. It is already on. This turning knob is for the chin part, and I'm about to turn it so you can see what I'm talking about. It can take it up, it can take it down. Okay? And remember, before you put a patient in, always wipe everything down. She's already wiped it down. This button, you'll push this for the air, so it goes like that. All right, so I turn this to my left to bring it down, and I turn it to my right to bring it up. Zoom in. I'm not sure if y'all see those two white dots, but I'm trying to get those two white dots on top of each other, and then the center and the smaller circle. And if it won't go up anymore, it's another button on the side. Push down on this button, go in, okay? So her pressure for her right eye is 18, and you'll do the same thing for the left side. So you seen how I zoomed in, tried to get the 2 dots lined up in the center? That's how you check for the pressure. Most tonometer machines, they are the same. I just took you through the whole step of if I had a new patient. Everything is normal. I did the auto refraction, and then I checked the pressure. I moved them back to the room. So once I moved the patient back to the room, I turn on the white light. And that indicates that the patient is being refracted. Somebody needs to refract them. I already done auto refraction. And the numbers that I get from there, you're gonna get an SCA. That's for sphere, cylinder, and axis. The numbers that you get for that, and you put it here. You need to wipe this down with an alcohol pad. Here, and I wipe here, here, forehead, wrist. I wipe all that with alcohol pad. And let's say that the S is negative 25. Red is negative, black is positive, okay? That's for the sphere. And this the cylinder. And you'll see it here. So that's for cylinder, C. And the big one in the back, this is for the axis. 30, 35, 40, 45. And you just go up like that. That's for the axis. And I do the same thing for that side. So that's the right side for the patient. That's the left. Once I put in the sphere, cylinder, and axis, I call someone in. My light is already on so that they can come and refresh. Once they've done the refraction on that part, then I plug the information in on the patient chart, which is going to be on the computer. I print out their prescription. I give it to the patient, and then they go to Optical. Once I am done with refraction, then I bring the patient to Optical, and it will be an optician sitting at the desk waiting for them. So I bring them to the optician, hand them over, and they help them with picking out some glasses. If you want shades, you can do that. And just anything dealing with eyewear, as far as like getting you squared away with wearing your glasses, that's what the optician is going to help you with. This is pretty much how it looks. And every office have a different setup. And depending on whether you're female or male, a child, or an adult, it all varies, okay? On the glasses, in the inside of your glasses, there are numbers. This is pretty much the measurements for your glasses. And I have the optician to go over what's it talking about. So
the first number is the width of the lens. The second is the bridge, the part across your nose, and then the third is the temple length, how far the temple tip goes back behind your ear.
So once they're done with that, they send the patient back to me, have them sit back in the chair, and now the chart is ready. I have their visual acuity. They've already put out their glasses. Turn the lights on for the doctor. Then now that the doctor knows that the patient is ready, they come in and we get started.